If you're a teacher who's looking to make some extra money this summer without feeling burnt out, well, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to share 3 realistic side hustles that teachers could start this summer. And these aren't scams. These are ones that I've personally tried myself, and they're ones that I believe anyone could get started in the next week or 2. My name is James, and I'm a first grade teacher who helps other teachers build their side hustle to make their first $100 to $1,000. The first side hustle that I would like to go over is tutoring. This side hustle translates our teaching skills the best because you're going to be doing what you're already paid to do during the school year. Now you have 2 options when you think of tutoring. You can tutor on your own as your own service, as your own business, or you can sign up for an online tutoring platform that finds the clients for you, and you're able to pick and choose how much you would like to tutor. Both options have pros and cons. Tutoring on your own, some of the pros are that you get to set your price, you keep all the profit, and you can work as little or as much as you want. The main con is just getting those first couple of clients. You'll have to put in the work, do the outreach to try to find some clients to start your tutoring. And now if we look at the online platforms, they also have their pros and cons. Pros are they are finding the clients for you. So that allows you just to focus on, tutoring and teaching. But the downside is they will take a chunk of your profit, and some of the platforms have a minimum required hours you have to tutor and teach each week. So both have pros and cons. Both are viable options to make some extra money this summer. You can really tutor in any specific content area, and you don't even have to tutor in the content area that you teach. You can tutor students in skills or content area that you really love, that you're passionate about. You can pick. If you want to pursue tutoring, my recommendation is to start your own tutoring business and not join one of the online platforms. It just gives you more flexibility and more independence on what you're doing, what you're teaching, and how much you are charging. If you are starting your own tutoring business, you could do one-on-one or small group. One-on-one is more of an intimate environment where you can really provide that personalized instruction that your students need. The downside is it's more time commitment to make more money. Where if you did small group, you can charge a little less per student, but you would still make more each hour that you're tutoring because you have multiple students at once. For example, if you did one-on-one for $50 an hour, you would make $50 an hour. If you did a small group of 4 students for $30 an hour, then you would make $120 per hour. I do think small group tutoring definitely has its advantage in that regard. When I was starting my tutoring business, I really wanted to do the small group setting just because of that income potential. But quickly I realized it was a lot harder to start by finding enough students to make a small group that were all at the same level. So I would recommend starting with just one-on-one, finding a couple clients one-on-one, and then over time as you build your client base, if you have students who are in the same level, you can group them together, offer them a discount, and still make you more money each hour. As far as pricing, I would say the typical price if you do one-on-one is between $35 and $50 per hour, especially as someone who's getting started. If you're doing small group, I'd say somewhere between $20 and $40 per student. Ultimately, you get to set the price to meet your income goals. Overall, tutoring has a low startup cost, and I would say it does not take a long time to get started. You can really just get started today by sharing on Facebook with friends and family, telling them what you're trying to do and if they know anyone who'd be interested. As far as timing, it really depends on how many clients you're able to find to get started. Make sure you check your school district's policies. Most times you are not allowed to offer tutoring services to your own students. That's why I always recommend finding students in your local community who aren't affiliated with your school or district. So make sure you check that out. I wouldn't want anyone getting in trouble for crossing that boundary. Moving on to side hustle number 2, that is Facebook reselling. If you aren't familiar with Facebook reselling it is finding an item for a lower price and then selling it for slightly higher than what you bought it for. This is a side hustle I tried a few years ago. And what I would do is I would go to Goodwill or garage sales, and I would find items that are maybe being sold for lower than I thought they were worth. I would buy them. Let's say I bought them for $5. After doing some research, if I found they were worth 15 or 20, I would obviously list them for that price, and then I would make the profit in the difference. This side hustle is perfect for teachers because we have our summers off. And in the summer, we have the time to go to Goodwill, go to garage sales, which are happening all over this place in the summer. And you can work as little or as much as you want. Obviously, the more time you put into it, the more money you are going to make. Facebook reselling does have a slight startup cost because you will have to buy some items up front to try and resell to make your profit. One important thing to remember when you are Facebook reselling is do your research. So looking on eBay or using Google Lens, which if you aren't familiar with Google Lens, it will scan an item for you and tell you exactly what it is, and you can price match online based on what it shows you. So that way, when you are at Goodwill or if you're at a thrift store or a garage sale, make sure you're looking up the items that you're interested in, because you don't want to end up buying something that's more expensive than what you'd be able to sell it for. Then you would lose money, which that's not our goal. I think Facebook reselling is a great side hustle for you to consider. You come across a lot of really cool items. You just have to put in the work for it. And side hustle number 3 is more of a long-term side hustle. This is Teacher Pay Teachers. I'm assuming if you are watching this video, you're familiar what Teacher Pay Teachers is, but if you're not, it's an online platform where teachers are able to sell their resources and materials for other teachers to purchase to use in their own classroom. This side hustle is great because all you have to do is you have to create your resource one time, and then it can continue making you money month after month without you having to put in extra work for that specific resource. This one is similar to the Facebook reselling. The more you put into it, the more income potential you have. This side hustle also translates your teaching skills really well. A lot of times, teachers will be sharing resources that they've already created for their own classroom, just adding some, product cover images, some additional details or materials that would need to go with the sale of it, and then adding it to the Teacher Pay Teachers sales page. There are so many different things you can create for Teachers Pay Teachers: worksheets, graphics, classroom management, charts, plans. You could sell your lesson plans, digital resources, anything that you're creating for your classroom, you are able to list online. And this isn't obvious, but you cannot sell curriculum or things that are provided to you from your school or district on there. That would not be legal to sell someone else's property. One thing to consider when selling on Teacher Pay Teachers is selling in bundles will usually make you more profit. If you're just trying to list one resource, one worksheet for $1, it probably won't sell a bunch, and if it does, it won't sell that many. So you want to sell, bundles or packets if you do a whole unit on animal adaptations, for example. If you have worksheets, resources, slides, if you bundle that all together, you're able to charge a little bit more and you're more likely to get the sale. It helps teachers feel like they're getting more value for what they're getting rather than just paying for $1 for one worksheet or something like that. As I stated at the beginning, this is more of a long-term play. Typically, sellers on Teachers Pay Teachers make their lowest profit during the summer because most teachers aren't working in the summer, but the summer opens up a lot of time for us to spend creating these resources or finding the ones we've already created to make them sellable. What I mean by sellable is if you just have a Google Drive document or a Google Doc with a worksheet on it and you try selling it, it probably won't sell. You need to make sure you have a little bit more included on the sales page, such as a cover image, more information on how teachers would use that resource. When teachers are looking on Teachers Pay Teachers, they want to be sure what they're getting will meet exactly what they're looking for. It will meet that value expectation. If you are a teacher who's looking to start a teacher side hustle, I've created a quiz that will help you find the perfect side hustle for you. The link will be in the description. You just have to answer a few questions. It'll help pinpoint a side hustle that'll meet your expertise and interests. Definitely check that out. It's in the description below. But thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, if you felt like you learned something, hit that subscribe button and like the video. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.